I will not make this an opportunity, focusing on everything that goes against the film, nor will I make this a traditional review. How ridiculous is the fact neither WALL-E nor Elemental are classified in the romance genre. With this in mind, I prioritized the showing, going early, first one available. Went with an open mind, with only one trailer having watched prior to the showing. Animation is a highlight, a priority Pixar sets in high regard to the influence of many animators. Are you aware CGI, by definition, regardless of its dimension, classifies as a cartoon? I will not make this an opportunity, focusing on everything that goes against the film, nor will I make this a traditional review. No one recommended this movie. I did not decide to see it upon the first trailer. My initiative dates back to its public announcement. I elected to see this movie at instant of release, the earliest moment, on the cause that I love Pixar, their animation, their writing, the standard they have exclusively set. I am the loner among my peers, exclusively setting Pixar's new outing over the release of DC's Flash. When first viewing Zootopia 7 years ago, it's curious, the film spent its entire run building up its setting, its establishment, and the characters that make up this urban society. Elemental goes against the prolonged emphasis of world building, setting the theme early on and quickly building up from one generation into the current. Pixar loves to go all in on an idea they have not previously explored. If I am to believe the movie is a victim of multiple circumstances, original film, released amongst big franchise entries, such as Across the Spider-Verse, The Flash, Rise of the Beasts, and Disney's own remake of The Little Mermaid. Now that I have brought the subject on board, look at how Disney performed within the 80s. Struggling to rise to the top that they had so gracefully fallen from. Nicknamed the Dark Age of Disney animation, things did not take a turn until the end, in 1989, once they released The Little Mermaid. The turning point leading into the 90s, the decade I fondly remember for the animation alone. On the subject of a popularity struggle, 2022 is the perfect reference point. Strange World, while a unique concept, suffered from a very cliched and tired family dynamic. Lightyear suffered such weak ticket sales, theaters failed to play it in anything but standard format. The best 2022 animated Disney film only released on the streaming service. I love you, Turning Red. Check out my reaction to this Pixar Gold in the video linked below. With these stats in mind, I will digress back to Elemental. I feel Pixar wanted to sell this film on their reputation alone, but enough about interpretation. I'm here to detail my love for Pixar's newest venture. Romance is a genre I rarely delve into. My top 3: Notebook, Crazy Rich Asians, and Spontaneous. To this day, less than a week later, I am honored Elemental joins the roster. Pixar truly nailed the formula of forbidden romance. One I don't come across too often, regardless of medium. I love how Ember's mistake leads her to mistakenly meeting Wade. Her flaw being the spark igniting the film's plot from chaotic moment to danger to realization. It's an empowering film of two characters learning about themselves through each other. The exact comparison I make with Zootopia. Looking back on how the film Newt was canceled, The reasoning for Pixar's decision, it's that Rio is the exact same idea. With Zootopia's sequel entering into production, this may eliminate the idea of a forbidden romance between Nick and Judy. I feel both Disney and Pixar will see it as too similar of an idea. Why replicate a film with only a quarter of its budget? Yes, this is the sad truth, but I remain unfazed. Incapable as I am of returning the budget of this masterpiece, this video be your primary recommendation. See this movie while it remains in theaters. My disappointment would soar if it had not done so. My home screening, my surround sound system cannot beat the cinema. The disappointment of the revenue definitely justifies doing a fifth Toy Story film. Animators, you have my empathy. I expect Elemental to remain niche. Perhaps it will gain a greater appreciation on Disney+, much like Encanto did so in 2021. I am content with this. If I remain in a niche, this minimal minority, I'm one of the few to cherish this gem. Disregarding the money, disregarding its performance, knowing I have another film to add to my roster in the favorites of 2023. I'm curious, and I continue pondering if Zootopia's sequel will be affected. Will this cause a whole shift in perspective and cause Disney to go in a new direction, one that us fans don't expect? If Elemental remains niche, will it be a positive effect and cause movies to follow to improve? Getting more people invested, gathering more fans, obtaining new ones. You have my full devotion, Elemental. Perhaps Pixar is in a dark age of their own. Thursday will mark an official week of your release. You have my absolute favor, and I hope the love I gained in 2016 will abandon the cliched concept that you graciously perfected. This concludes the weekly endeavor of Rated Exploited. Make sure you view Elemental while it's in theaters. Otherwise, living with the regret you did not take this opportunity. If your hunger is intensified for more Zootopia content, I have additional videos linked right here. I upload each Saturday evening. Subscribe for the channel, like for the movie. Let us maintain the reciprocation of uploads to views. I am signing off to witness again the reciprocation of Wade and Ember.